All right, so hi everyone, welcome to our meetup. We are sad but excited at the same time to be talking about the subject. Actually, this is something that we wanted to address later on, kind of build our own internal system, but Ready Player Me pushed us our timeline a little kind of closer to where we would like it to be. But it's pretty good news for us long term. It will be a little bit of pain to go through and decide which route we're going to take, what avatars we're going to use. If anyone here the very first time, somebody's sound. If it's anyone's first time, can you maybe unmute yourself or maybe drop your LinkedIn or drop your project? If you don't know who we are, I'm going to go over that a little bit. And so today we're going to be going over some of the available options that are currently existing. And then we're going to maybe open for discussion how we're going to move forward, whether we're going to focus on our own internal, whether we're going to try to get something existing, sort of similar to Ready Player Me. So we have several examples that we're going to share with you. And then, yeah, it will be open for discussion. And then anytime you have questions, please feel free to stop. Or if there's a question, drop it in the chat and let me know. Okay. So real quick, if this is your first time, we are in Vertex Home 3D. We are a pretty new startup. We're only a year old, but I am in this industry for over 10 years. I've worked with AltSpace and VRChat. I mean, I didn't work with them. I built environments there, right? And I am a professional 3D artist. I work with enterprise customers and mostly doing kind of like enterprise big 3D models. But my passion is in travel, so I went into the virtual reality development and XR specifically through travel. And then seeing when Outspace shut down, seeing all these changes, we decided that the best way to preserve the metaverse or kind of allow people to build their own apps was to build open source framework. So this is not a platform. This is not something you download like VRChat and build your own worlds. This is a standalone package that you will take from GitHub. We have a link here. And then you will install it in your Unity project. Right now we are Unity based. And we have pretty good tutorials that you can follow. Right now we are testing developer release, which is which last week actually we shipped it, and this week was very busy for us. We had some people that were giving us updates, and we were very actively communicating with them to release important updates. I'm going to also show you a little bit. So this is the event from last week. It goes a little more into details on what's what new updates, what new features we have. And this is going to be going over that. And again, very straightforward setup. You do need to get a few API keys that are very easy to get. We are relying on Photon. We don't build our own server. That is done because we don't want you to deal with setting up your own server, messing and keeping it online 24/7. We're taking the API key from Photon, and then you can scale. You can build if you want, I don't know, thousands or 10,000 or whatever thousands of people you want to have in your application. Right, so you will get multiplayer. Everything is very detailed. We already tested with many people, and they said there is no kind of like complications um, installing or building the package. Right? Any questions so far? All right, so we have a couple of projects that we featuring on the website. If you are building something, join our Discord, and maybe I'll ask Lance to drop a link to our Discord if you're not joined yet. One of our projects that we just built recently, it's internal project, so we do work with enterprise customers. They don't like to be featured on our website because some NDAs, but some of our internal projects we're featuring. This one became finalist. And again, I have experience in travel, and this is my passion. And that's why our framework has geospatial components integrated as well, Cesium and Google Cesium. So you can pull up any geospatial data as well. Um, and we did a lot of custom fixing for that to make sure that Avatar can teleport on the geospatial environments, etc., stuff like that. So everything is taken care of. You don't have to worry about anything. Only content, only make your app your own app, right? So some of the screenshots, and it's very customizable. You can create pretty much anything. You want a yoga studio, you want a showroom, you want educational platform, you have a school that needs an app, you can use that. Lance is here too. So last also in that video, we talk a little bit about his projects. And Lori is here, so she built a couple of apps as well. I don't know if Joanne is here. I'm not sure she's here. So anyway, any questions so far?
And just know you can put the questions in the chat and I'll read it to her too. So
Yes. Okay, so one of our updates that we just, so if you will start using it, go to the developer release and then install it from here, right? So this is the developer release we're testing. Another thing that last week I also promised you guys, I'm gonna show you what we did this week, was extremely important, was very huge deal. And I feel like we're moving from just being kind of cool, cute, oh, there is a package on GitHub that does something, to being an enterprise level package, enterprise level framework, because this package updater, what it's going to do, it will keep your app connected to all of the updates that we're going to be pushing to you, right? So if you are not deep engineer, if you don't really know Git, if you don't know how to create a branch, if you don't know how to merge updates, this is very complicated. I don't want to do it. Like, it's just too complicated. If you have 5, 10 apps, you don't want to kind of keep them all connected to our main GitHub. So what you do when you download the zip file, even locally, you will still be connected to our cloud. And then once we have an update that we also push in, you'll have a little window here, update the package, right? So, and all the little updates, fixes are going to be coming to directly to your app. So anyone installed that release yet or no? If not, anyone? So shy, everybody's so quiet today.
so we do have a question right here. It says, to what extent has your tech been used at Divine Odyssey by Rafaela?
So she has installed the original package, the first one, because this is the new release, and we worked together with her last year to help her out. She was transferring her stuff from Spatial. I haven't seen what she's doing lately. I talked to her. I think she said she might be able to join, so maybe you can ask her if she does join. But I have to see where she's at with moving everything, because this is kind of second release. So this is a bigger package. She will have to install it and kind of start transferring stuff. Because what she did, she put a lot of stuff that was kind of spatial scripts into the framework. So you can't do that. It has to be very clean. You have to just have assets here. But she wanted to build her own app. And what happened is last year we were a little bit more quiet in terms of like working with community, with meetups, because there was just so much work. There was so complex, so much work to do that we just were kind of quiet. But this year we want to do a little more and help you out by building apps. Any questions?
Not a question, but I just want to clarify for those who don't know that Evie's saying spatial as in the SDK, not spatial computing.
Spatial.io, yeah. So her app is Divine Odyssey. She was on Spatial, and then she wanted to take it in, and she was using the Unity Creator Toolkit. So she moved stuff from Creator Toolkit to Vertex Form, and then she dragged a lot of spatial apps. So we'll have to work with her to clean all that stuff. So anyway,
You also include like a code kind of cleanup tools, I think. I think Arjun has put some code cleanup tools in the
I don't think that it will work with that particular situation. The code cleanup was for it was more connected to multiplayer.
Okay, sorry. I'll shut up.
All right. So, any other questions? Okay. So, okay, let me show you real quick about what you get right from the start. So when you install the package, when you open it up in Unity, and we'll tell you what version to use exactly, right? What version is here? Installation. So use this version. Then you will navigate to login scene, and you will run your project setup. You will install your own API key from Fusion. I don't want to flash it too much here. Sorry, guys. API key, and that's it. And your multiplayer is working. So you will be able to, even if the fun part is that if you have this API Fusion, API Voice, if you have two people in a team, you can all install the same this package and then share this API key and you plug it in, you'll be able to be at the same time in the environment. So, and then once you put in this little, the API key, you will be all good to go. You will start the game. We have kind of example Skybox, a video Skybox is working here. Then version number also will be automatically updated here once you change your version number. I do have to say that it is a little technical, right? It's not something that you go and create world on top of. This is a metaverse platform that you build for your company, branded. You change your logo here, you change the skybox. I've seen Lori's app, looks completely different. There's nothing except for the widget, the connect with name or connect with connect anonymously. So once you connect, we have this UI. So the UI is a part of the framework. It has different ways to sort the environments by categories also. And then we have guide to explain you how to use it. As you can see, we have a star. You can start the world, and then it will appear in the favorites. There is info about the world, and it does come with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different environments that you will be able to reuse. And our next update next week, we actually did a lot of cleanups. There was some scaling issues in here, so we did a lot of cleanups, and we're going to be pushing it and fixing it. And you will get those through the package updater as well. And then over here, you will just change it to your company description. Any questions so far?
Okay, so there's two. It says one, do you know of any open source alternatives to Photon? And the other one that just came in is, are the environments templates by you or community work openly shared?
So those environments are by us, but they are available to you to use for free. If you want to contribute an environment and create something fun that you want people to use, feel free to let me know, and then we'll work together and we'll merge your stuff. But all of that stuff was built by me. Most of the stuff are free that I found on SketchUp, some of the assets that I had to clean up and bring in here. But yeah, all of them, you can reuse them. I reuse a lot of stuff. I reuse a lot of like Skybox or whatever. Yeah. Is that open? So the open source alternative to Photon. So there are many different alternatives like Mirror or Netcode or Fishnet, I think. So the problem, because why we did go with Photon, in the future we do want to build kind of like our own layer, but Photon is the easiest. It has extremely robust system of the lobby, the shared, the authority, the relay, the kind of transfer of the objects. If you take one object, it will be kind of shared between. So yeah, we do want to go with Photon because it's for like, again, out of the box working. You don't need to set up. You don't need to host your own server. It just works out of the box. our main clients are the 3D artists who want to work with businesses, right? So your business hires you, and then you build them the whole app, standalone app, using the framework. Any other questions? I am connected with her, but it wasn't. Yeah, yeah, okay. Any other questions? All right, so today, again, all of that stuff kind of we're going over in the other video if you want. But today I kind of want to open with you guys and maybe talk about the avatar customization and present to you several options that we're looking into. Right, just a week ago, we had another option here, Ready Player Me, that we worked really hard. It took us a long time, a couple of months to do it. Especially that we were not using Final IK, because Final IK is a paid plugin. We couldn't use it, and that's why we had to use internal Unity's kind of thing to connect it to the avatar. So, but we had to remove it. Now we're back in several months earlier, where we just had this avatar system. But it's fine, it works. You can customize them, and I'm going to show you how you can maybe bring in a couple of your own avatars. Any questions so far?
I was curious about the Ready Player Me. Now it's being discontinued. Does that mean that
No.
if you had left it in your framework, it would then be broken?
So yes, it would be, what would happen, I would get black screen instead of that screen that you would. Oh, by the way, what I was going to show you before I started kind of going, I want to show you a video, right, what it used to be. And this video we created for MetaQuest developer competition, and it didn't age well, right? It didn't age well. And it didn't age well exactly for the reason we are here today. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
I wonder if I can share. Can you tell me if you hear the audio?
Begins with a dream.
Can you hear the audio?
We can hear it coming from you.
How do I share the audio? Audio. Okay, maybe it's fine if you can hear it. It's fine. Let's watch
we can hear it.
So this app that was built, actually, Laurel got to me. She was like, just always start with these examples. And this is example of the app that we built, World Expo, which is built on top of our framework. It's a standalone app. And we used our framework that had a Ready Player Me avatar.
Every great journey begins with a dream. But not every dream is within reach. Sometimes the world just feels too far away. What if distance didn't matter? What if we could bring the dream closer? What if discovery was immersive, shared, and available to everyone? Immersive technology is bringing people together like never before. Welcome to a new way of experiencing the world. Introducing World Expo, a place for travel, culture, and discovery. A global hub where you can plan, explore, learn, and dream.
Hi. I wish I could grab onto you and
There is
go
a big
flying
turtle
through
right
the air.
here.
I love the turtle.
Now let's explore how World Expo works. Put on your MetaQuest headset and step into a world of discovery. Begin your journey in a beautiful tropical home environment where you can start by customizing your avatar. From there, use the main map to begin exploring and discover curated collections of stunning locations from around the world. You can also open the immersive global map to search and instantly travel to any destination on Earth, exploring its stunning 3D. Or jump into an AI-guided tour. Welcome to the Midtown Manhattan guided tour. Whenever you're ready, we can begin exploring the city together.
Hello, how are you? Yes, I'm listening to you.
I'm doing great,
Oh, wait.
thank you. Did you know Central Park was designed in the 1850s by Frederick Law Olmsted and Calvert Vaux? And don't forget to snap a selfie and share the moment with your friends. World Expo, bringing your travel dreams closer. Moment with your friends.
So yeah, so this app is built on top of the framework. And Lori, to your question, this part will not be working. So this whole screen will be black, right? So we had this very nice thing set up that you could change and log in with your account. This is gonna be gone, okay? So it's now still in World Expo because we didn't have time to remove it, but we already removed it from the main package. Any questions so far?
That's so sad, but good for you for moving along.
I know, I mean, we got it, right? Any questions? You can unmute and input something. So yeah, as I said, you know, we have everything is set up, but that's okay. So what we're gonna look into, I know Lance, you have been asking about the avatar, kind of how you can bring your own avatars.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's why I'm very excited here because I was
yeah.
creating some like alternative hands, heads, and bodies and stuff, and I was
Yeah.
hoping to be able to replace the ones that we have with more different type.
So we have this, if you will go to the Vertex Form 3D, and then it will be under modules, Vertex Avatars, Material, and then models. So right now we have 10 models right here. They are FBX, simple FBX files, and they pretty basic. You can copy them and use them in Blender to create your own. You can kind of follow, this is what one of them looks like. And anyone here from Altspace?
Me, I'm from Outspace.
Yes.
Yep, and me.
Yeah. You might recognize the guy. I literally I literally copied, I Googled some Altspace avatars, so I screenshotted the face and I put it in Photoshop, and I photoshopped the face here. But if you would like to kind of use this, you can use your own if you do, you know, robots and stuff. But make sure that hair is connected to the face, and then make sure that you have your pivot point here, because this is where your head is going to be turning, right, like this. So if you put your pivot point somewhere else, it's going to be messed up. But
That's good to know.
yeah,
Okay.
keep them, you know, head and body separate, because you'll have to drop them in a certain spots. Um, and yeah, you can create a robot, you can create whatever. But again, we're talking about the very basic kind of fallback, bare bone avatar system that we currently have. And with
So
go ahead.
I just had a slight question looking at the avatar.
Mm-hmm.
Both hands need to be separate as well too, and not connected as one, right?
Yes, so what happened with hands, I can create a document how to you can put hands in there. It's a little more complicated because hands are at runtime. As you know, we have hands are um they came from the Oculus. They are bendable, right? Like they're moving. Right here we have them flat like this, but we are not using the hands. We're using just the body and the head. The hands are
Okay.
kind of runtime because you will still have to have UI connected to your one hand, and then another setting UI connected to the another hand. So it's a little more complex. Right now we're focusing on the bodies. here, but if you do want to change hand, I will have to create a separate document on how to do that.
All right, yeah, I'd like to know that because I want hands.
Yeah. But once you do that, you can add a little, you can create a new slot over here and then drop head here and then body here, and then the avatar will be included in that avatar selection, so to say. Oh, you want
And
to
so, and so similarly, you can remove ones that are in here too.
Yeah. If you remove all of them, you'll only have like a couple avatars here. I mean, yeah, it depends. But having this as a start is good, but it's not built in like it's just monolith. You can do anything about it, right? It's not like that. Any questions?
I guess one for me. Would there be a possibility to eventually add an option to be able to change colors of a specific bit or something? Or like
Uh,
let's say that I'm building a robot avatar
yeah.
and I want the body to be red, but I want the glowy parts to be green. And it'd be nice to pick the shape I want and then change the color.
Yeah.
Could that be possible one day?
So that will be that is a possibility. Again, this is the very early days of us diving into that, which timelines for us was shifting. And that's why today I'm going to be sharing with you some of the stuff that we were looking into, and hear your
Sweet.
guys'
Okay.
thoughts about all of those, and maybe having some kind of idea. I have a thing what I'm leaning towards, but I would like to just share with you. Let me see if I have. So this is the document that I just created for you, and one of the coolest thing that we actually looking into is UMA. So it's Unity's multi-purpose avatar system, and I just joined the Discord. The developer is pretty active. They're about to drop UMA 3. Right now it's UMA 2. So they are available on GitHub as well as through the Unity store, but we will have to be grabbing this package because we will have to be starting customizing. What's good about it, it's not bare bone. We don't have to start from scratch. It has some really cool basic setup, not even basic, pretty advanced stuff as well. But let me show you. So some advantages: mature, well-documented, highly customizable body system, works offline, no external services. So unlike Ready Player Me, so you don't need to. It's kind of like standalone package that goes into Unity. A strong Unity ecosystem support, open source MIT license. A heavy setup, a lot of environments, a lot of like stuff to understand, DNA, all that stuff. Non-VR first by default, but I looked at their Discord and they did say that people do use it with VR, and I already see all our kind of old friends are popping in there. They're like, "Hey, knock knock knock, what's going on? Can we guys use you with VR?" Performance tuning required. Visual quality can feel dated. So visual quality, I don't know if the UMA 3 will look different, but this is the package that I installed to look at. And this came from their GitHub. They do use older version of Unity, so I don't know how good it's gonna run with the newer one, but I think it should be fine. And I was looking into this different setup. What we need right now in our stuff, we need something simple. We just need some, and also because we are focusing on more like education, more enterprise, more kind of like professional level. I do want them to look more professional, so we'll have to do a lot of customization, make sure that the default body comes in a suit or something, some clothes like that. But we also want to keep it open for animal characters and stuff like that. But look, this is really cool. And Lance, I'm going to show you in a minute. They also have non-human things too.
We
Any questions?
just another reminder, you can either unmute and say it or post it in the chat and one of us will read it.
Again, I, I don't have a question, but I do want to say that to Lance's question about the materials, like or the skin, the colors, you because it's available. I know Lance probably already knows this, but because Unity enables it, that means that you can do it with Vertex Form 3D. That's a really nice thing about Vertex Form 3D is that everything you can do in Unity is open to you if you know how. They're also making all these additional like quality of life improvements and ease of use improvements, but yeah, so that's definitely doable.
Yeah, the trick is you just gotta know how to do it.
Well,
That's the trick.
and that's what we're trying to reduce, right? I'm also not an engineer, but I had to learn a lot of engineering because I just, but I don't want to. I want to create fun stuff. I want to work directly with businesses, and I don't want a friction of both for me, both for the clients to do anything outside of like third party, go log into somewhere else and bring your avatar. I want everything to be kind of one. So when in the past you can see those different avatar systems, they go, okay, use this avatar system across different apps. What we're using, we're saying, okay, use this whole package across different apps. We don't give you body parts. We give you the whole body. You just have to dress it up, like make it look different, but internal organs are kind of all stay the same. And once people get used to our system, it's like going on the website. You know where the drop-down menu is. You know where how the tree is set up. Right now, I feel like a lot of apps have their own kind of orchestra playing, and they don't share core, right? Nobody's sharing the core. We do. So you can go to VRChat and build VRChat. You build on top of VRChat. You can go to spatial IO and build spatial. You can build on top of spatial. So we don't do that. You build your own app. Any questions? Oh, it was here. So another thing to your question, Lance, about so they do have this one car, and this thing demonstrate how even non-humanoids can be used with UMA. The car mesh was split into separate slots of the main body spoiler, blah blah blah. So you can kind of like also we might be able to integrate it as well, and then you can start adding your stuff here. So you don't have to be a humanoid character. They do have a nice car here.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
Because something I definitely do have planned is, especially the robot parts, it would be cool to switch the heads by itself, then the bodies, then the hand, create your own like customized robot, not just flip it and it already come up as a, outfit already there. So that's my plan to
This is
do for mine. So
Yeah. This is what they have. Avatars look pretty good though. Don't you guys think like they do need a little bit of cleanups?
quality's good here.
Hi, Eva, how are you?
Good. Quality looks great, y'all.
I
I
know.
like the shiny. I was looking for shiny, and that's nice to see.
I
Yeah.
love shiny.
So, because you jumped in a little late, so this is what we're looking at is UMA, Unity Multi-Purpose Avatars. They are open source, which we will be able to use openly as well in our project. They said that anytime now they will drop in UMA 3, and they said there's a lot of improvements there. Visual and graphics and new DNA. I have to still understand the language of them. What is DNA delegates?
Who are the coders on this project?
So the coder, if you will go to this server, let me invite the server, copy. So he is Jamie. So that's what he said just now. Main changes are rewritten mesh combiner for more speed, better editor, new models and textures with better defined geometry. See the decal system quite a bit more. It's hard for me to quantify as I worked I'm sorry. I think I need some water. Let me drop this in the chat for you. Where's my chat?
Thanks, and I'll join the Discord if If we're
Yeah.
connected there, that'll be easier, I think.
Yeah, this is their Discord, but our Discord is over here.
Just I already put the link to the
Oh, you did?
to a invite in Discord.
Okay.
Let me see if there's a way to pin it.
Yeah. So I will have to look into
No, it's not.
their way if everything works in VR, if everything works on mobile, because we are moving to cross-platform. As you guys know, our whole goal this year will be to add web support as well as VR. So we want to make sure that it works on web GPU nicely. Any other questions? So another thing that we are looking into, this one we already found some issues with this because I don't think they allow you to use kind of inside VR virtual reality, like they don't have web view that we used in Ready Player Me. And again, this is not open source, so Genie's avatar, high quality, stylus avatar, good creator-driven customization, modern visuals appeal to users, limited platform control, not open source, unclear long-term stability integration constraints. But they do have a guide how to move. We're gonna look into it a little more, but we're gonna make a decision based on the best needs. But it's good to know. Another thing, if you guys familiar with VRM, so they are pretty popular. I'm also looking into how to use them. It's a little confusing in terms of what we're trying to build, right? So our thing is the whole working body, the whole working project that will be out of the box working. With this, I already installed it, and then it doesn't look like they have any avatars here. So what you need to do is you have to go find an avatar, then bring in your own avatar here through. And I could not find any avatars. I was looking for something free. I have to look maybe better because anyone here familiar with that? VRM? No, this like that this is what VR chat uses. This is they anime based. That kind of came from the anime culture. Do I have open? I don't think I have it open here. Maybe yeah. So this is the avatar. You guys all know them. They come from they used in different projects. But it's I don't know. I have to look into it. I don't think this is what we're looking for. We're looking for something that inside Unity you can customize later on when you log in with your account. You can pull, have the same avatar. Um, you have to store avatar data in the account of the app. So what else? Any other questions? Another one that I was recommended was to look into these avatars. I think that the idea behind them is similar to Ready Player Me. So you can create your own avatar and then bring it around different applications. And you can see that they have a lot of partners here, which is great. Getaway to the metaverse. But it's gonna be just another plugin, another third-party app for us, but this is another choice that we can look into as well. Any other questions? Or suggestions? So maybe if you have any experience with Avatar implementation, or if you have any questions in general for us, I would like to answer.
I don't have an experience with building those, but I do want to say in case there's any developers in the group that reach out to, Evie, and if you have if you want, if you have like a character, an avatar system that you want to develop, you can talk with her. She's very open to.
Yeah.
I'm, tempted to take a stab at like a character generator myself, and it wouldn't be adequate for, Vertex Form 3D's whole system, but it might be something, like a world, an app that you could link to
Mm.
where avatars could be, um, carried over into
Yeah.
different VF3D worlds. That would be really cool.
Yeah, I mean, any help if you guys want to come in and maybe participate and join and contribute any worlds or assets or build apps, because we would like to have a tour of apps or feature your app. Our main goal is to create a new category of businesses where the small businesses, small creators will work directly with businesses, right? So you are an artist, you don't have deep technical knowledge, you don't want to code, but you want to build VR apps, and you don't want to, like, for example, I, as a 3D artist, I was, a few years ago, I was, well, what do I do? What do I tell my clients? Where are we building it? Where are we going? We're going to VR chat? Are we going to this place? They don't want to go. They don't understand what it is. They want to see their own branding. Right now, we have this package. I can go to my clients and do sales calls and say, okay, so this is the package that you can get. This is standalone app. We're going to put your branding. You're going to have your own whatever you want. Let me build the app for you. Right. So this is a new way of making money, or like having small business for artists. Okay. So, and then here you can see I'm showing you a little bit of the functionality behind us. So the way we set it up, as you can see, Lance, so this hands are right dynamic, and also we do have hand tracking. If you will lose your controllers, it will switch to hand tracking. And then in hand tracking, we also have a way to open UI. So you click on the fingers and then you open main UI, you click and then you open settings UI on the desktop, and you can see everything is out of the box working. So you have the fly mode, you have selfie stick, you can take a selfie here, right? Take a selfie. Then you can have,
And can those hands be like reskinned or anything? The ones that are
yeah, they can. Yeah, they can. I can make a tutorial on that. I can make a let me see where.
So would it be easier just to reskin those hands than making other hands?
for sure. I mean, you
Yeah,
could just drag a new material on there. That would be one way.
yeah, we can do that too.
Okay.
Yeah, they are dynamic. I have to look into, I have to get the document working, because this hand's a little more complicated because there's a lot of stuff tied up to them. And to change them, we'll probably have to create some kind of extra functionality to do that. So also we have the smiley face and all that stuff.
So someone
Eva
asked a
has some nice
question.
comments.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Someone asked a question, is there in-world screen sharing?
Right now, no, because it is a standalone VR app. Through VR, you can share the screen, but once we have desktop and web support available, then yeah, we're gonna start working on the marketplace items, marketplace plugins, and then people also can create their own, sell items, because we can't possibly cover all stuff that people want. So that's why we're going to be opening up to people. Then also we have megaphone on, mute, unmute, turn megaphone, so you could hear people talking all the way in the distance. Fly mode. This fly mode is not enabled in this environment, but also another thing, we're going a little bit more in details in the tutorials, as well as in the other video. Once you are adding your environments, your worlds here, you have to put the name of the world, and then you can enable or disable fly mode. Once you do that, your avatar will be able to start flying in that world. If it's not enabled, then you're not going to be able to fly. So there's just a ton of stuff here, like a ton. And I think that people a little bit still don't really grasp what we're building, and it is good because we are polishing all the bugs at first, but yeah, it's making your life easier for sure.
There's a question about screen sharing.
Yeah, she said we don't have screen sharing again, but because it's just simply just VR. But we already have a Shape desktop app, so we're gonna be working on that screen sharing thing. But yeah, but again, remember,
Yeah, something for the future.
yeah, a lot of presentation tool, a lot of educators want to use the framework. As you grow is probably where I can help provide. I think you want to say, Evo, you want to share the note here?
Only that I'd love to try this. I certainly have some avatars that I wanted to try in the other tool as well, but what you're describing here seems interesting for a handful of use cases. So we can follow up on what the best use cases might be. It seems like certain things are going to work really well in Vertex. So I think at this stage where I can provide value to what you're building is to interview you and perhaps sort of the creative community around this
Mhm.
as we look at how this is growing and how this is enabling other independent creators.
Yeah, let me know. Are we connected? And let me
Yeah, and
know
I jumped in the Discord, so feel free to reach out. We can talk more about that offline.
for sure. Hi, Onyx. You want to say something about metaverse avatars?
Yeah, I'm not really a lot. I'm not an expert in this avatar business. I know lots of people made huge money out of it by creating customized avatars, but that's and it has been over my head. So
Yeah.
yeah, I really appreciate you sharing with us, and I learned a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. We're also learning because avatars were not on my bingo card, not bingo card. I like what do you say? On my plate this year. I thought we're gonna be like start quietly working on the avatar system while using Ready Player Me. Because I've been burned before, guys, you all know. Platform shut down, there's constant shift, and they all raise millions of dollars. I'm not saying it should be illegal to raise millions of dollars on the backs of developers, but I'm not saying it, okay? So
It's complicated.
it's complicated. I mean, you can't really blame them, but at the same time, come on, guys. You have a mission, and then you abandon the mission, and then you go around and raising all these millions of dollars. Make them open source, You can't just pull them all and just right into the sunset. But who am I to say, it's capitalism, and it is what it is. And again, I'm excited. I think that building our own internal avatar system will probably be better at the long term as anyway. Yeah. Hi, Say. Hi, Ada. Anybody? Ambrose, Emily, you guys wanna contribute?
That's it.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Um, I wanted to say that whoever spoke previously, sorry, I missed your name. Oh, Onyx.
Onyx.
I that brings up an interesting idea of having like Evie, you've already got slots where people can put in their own head and body, but even without building out an entire like swappable parts avatar creation system like Ready Player Me has, with outfits and things, it would still maybe be useful for you to have just a scriptable object that has multiple slots that would make it easier for us, your users to add in our own custom avatars that would already map to other slots. I know the hands thing is quite complicated, but maybe for a future, just making it really easy for you to import a single your own custom avatar and map it to correctly. I know Unity also already makes that somewhat simple with their armature the rigging, as long as you've got the same bone mappings, but I'm not sure how that translates to the whole VR head tracking, hand tracking system. So
That Unity rigging is separate for this particular. What we have is not connected at all for any of the rigging system at all. It's like
oh,
literally
okay.
just it's connected more to the XR origin, generic. It's generic. I think this is the one. And this goes a little bit more deeper into this, and you can see how complicated this avatar is. Like it's extremely complicated, guys. And we had reshaped it so many times. And this is where the hand is being dropped. So it's not in
Even
that. Go ahead.
even just a document that points out which parts are safe to swap
Yeah.
versus, you know, in place as long as you've got the same origin
Yeah.
point and things like that, that would be helpful.
So the hand would be here, but I probably wouldn't mess with this for now. But you can change the color. So as you can see, the hand is blurred into the whole avatar because it does have to be connected to settings and main map. This is settings UI. This is the main UI. So this is where the avatar is hiding here. Avatar hands. So there's also avatar hand interactor, teleport UI, all kinds of stuff, right controller, left controller. So yeah, they're not connected to the rigging, they're connected more to the XR origin. This is the avatar UI. Avatar UI is something that like pops up on the microphone, or the name of the avatar is, who's speaking, the name opens up.
So you're looking at the prefab that's in the project.
Yeah. So
Where
it's
where's
if you look for new generic MR/VR prefab, right?
Okay.
So it will be
New
under main avatar. So we can swap head and body, but hands are more complicated than this, right? So hand is here. And then hand has an animator. So what you guys looking at, the hand movement, they do have rigging, they do have animation, they do have bones. So that's why you can kind of grab them. Hand geometry here. So this is where the hands live. They live in, the hands live in third-party assets, custom hands, and models. I will make a document on that. So then this is the model of the hand. So you can see that they are literally FBX. If you look into them, but again, you have to be very careful about any modifications that you do to them. So this is the hands, and you can, change. You see how complicated they are, right? So, all right, we don't want to mess anything up here. This is the settings UI. It's disabled by default, but this is what we get in one hand. And then we have main map. This is what we get. And main map is dynamic, right? We don't go anywhere near this avatar at all. We don't want to save anything. It all loads dynamically. All your worlds are going to come from the scene database over here. So you don't go anywhere near that avatar, right? So once you add the environment, you can create categories. So these are the categories, hubs, geospatial other, you can create a new category. And then within the category, you're going to start adding environments or removing environments. And then once you are in the world that you can, the categories will appear on top that you can sort by the category. Any other questions?
I don't have a question, but I just wanted to tell you, Gideon, you are just an amazing teacher. You just seem to understand what we might ask before we ask it. And I mean, this is way over my head, but I just love it when you go in Unity. I mean, you make it make sense. I'm surprised Unity hasn't hired you away from us, but I'm enjoying you while you're still around.
Oh,
I just love the way you do this. And when you say you're going to make a document, you do it. And thank you. Thank you so much. I'm grateful to be able to be a part of this.
I appreciate it. Yeah, we do have a small document already ready, but the hands changing is not there yet. So I'm gonna talk to Arjun and see what's going on with the hands, how easy we can do it. Right now it's not, but we'll see. It's evolving, you know. All right. Any other questions, suggestions, comments about, do you guys want to use it? That's my question. Where are the apps? I want to see the apps. Anyone?
It's a
And
lot. I'm so excited. I just got so much on my plate.
yeah, and also if you have any potential clients, maybe your company organization, you know, a client that they wanna build a VR app, maybe they don't have the capacity, so we can do that. So we do that. We do customization, but the clients, what they get, the organization, what they get a working app that they know that they can only invest in the customization. They don't have to pay studios for things they don't see, right? So they have a whole working app, then they pay for customization, then they pay for gameplay, they pay for whatever, you know, it makes the app unique, and this is the value for both for us and for them. So yeah, if you have any customers, let us know. We would like to work with you guys, or just teach you or use your apps. Anyway, any other questions, comments, suggestions, ideas, anything else? If not, I'm gonna stop recording, and I'm gonna be posting that on our YouTube channel.
Thank you for hosting. This is really fantastic. I'm sorry I got in here late, but this is a great group of people.
Yes,
Glad
we
to
are.
have you.
We are. And yeah, appreciate everybody for coming. Thank you guys.